Hey out there, I see you. Welcome back to my channel. And today, welcome to more TransGoogle, where I help my fellow trans folk, allies, and future allies to just understand more about this community and more about how they can either enhance their own lives or be an enhancing factor in someone else's life, based on my own experience of what works and what doesn't work. And today, we're going to talk about both of those things, what works and what doesn't work, and how you hold on to the people that actually matter while you're going through this life-changing experience and this entire life journey, because it is a lifelong journey like most things in our lives. So, the easiest way to hold on to the people that you care about is actually to let go. And I mean let go. I see so many people that I talk to in my support groups just talk about, like, oh my gosh, my aunt, my uncle, my grandmother, my mom, my dad, my sister, any of these people, oh, who was their favorite growing up, used to take them to the park, used to make them that special dinner that they would only make for them. And as soon as this person knew they were trans, they just acted completely different. And I see these people just devastated, and I understand. I went through this with my own parents, and I was actually lucky enough for it to get better. But the reason it got better was because I stood my ground. And while I'm not saying this is easy, I am telling you that it works. I did not speak to my parents for 2 years. 2 years. Because they weren't ready to come out of their ignorance and be there for the child that they actually had, and not the perception of their child that they thought they had. And that that was difficult. Even as I stood my ground, there were many nights I went to bed crying or angry. Thankfully, I didn't punch any walls because I was staying in Airbnbs, and that would have been more expensive than your friend over here can afford. Anyway, I let go. I did not expect anyone to be the person that I wanted or needed them to be when I decided that I was ready to live my truth and be honest about who I was. And it's not easy. And that's why there are these things called support groups and allies, and why they're so important. Because they need to be there so that you understand that you are doing the right thing, even though it's painful, that the right thing can be painful and still be right. So the best way that you can really hold on to the people that have always been and will always be there for you, even if they take a detour, is to let them go. You need to be ready and live your truth, and once you're ready to do that, which comes in your own time and no one's rushing you, let no one rush you. But when you're ready, just follow through, and the people who matter will get there in the end, and they will be there for you, and you will feel so much more satisfied and so much more comfortable, and like you actually have that person in your life because you demanded a standard for yourself and for the people who choose to be in your presence. You created this boundary of, like, I am going to respect myself and love myself, and I expect the people who want me in their life to do the same, to earn that right to be in my life because they respect me and treat me how any human who is being respectful of others is expected to be treated and deserves to be treated. that is something I had to learn the hard way. And it's not something as simple. And there are times when someone's actual physical safety is being threatened. I've known people and I've known of people who had to decide literally between staying alive and coming out. And I would never advise anyone to put their life at risk to come out. Um, like, not. And however, though, if you feel safe enough to do so and you feel that even if someone reacts negatively, they're not going to subject you to violence or attack you, then I really encourage you to find your strength, even if it has to come through your friends at first before you realize that it's right there in your heart, and just live your truth. And the people who really matter, they will be there for you. They will learn just as you are learning. This is a lifelong journey, and this is what I tell people in my day job, and especially to parents of trans kids. You don't have to understand everything. You do have to respect the process and know that you're not the one driving this. This is your children's journey, or your friend's journey, or this person that you just met's journey. And you just happen to be in it, and you can either be a positive or a negative experience. Um, that is the most important thing. So, for the people who are supporting, ask questions, be respectful, and just allow. And if you can, and if it's needed, just remind that person that they are valid and they're not expected to have all the answers, and just keep moving forward with them and create that safe space for them. It makes all the difference. For my fellow trans folk, just embrace, allow, know that you are valid, and you are going to face ignorance, and you are not obligated to keep anyone in your life who is not an enhancing factor. And that doesn't matter how closely related they are to you DNA wise. It doesn't matter how long you've known them. If they are not ready to meet you where you're at and as who you are, then there will be others who are, and you are not obligated to waste time on someone who's not prepared to invest in you as you have in them. And that's what I wanted to leave y'all with today. To hold on to the people who truly matter, you need to let go the expectation of the names and faces, and just focus on a standard of who you want in your life. What type of person do you want in your life? Like a standard of loving, respectful, enhancing people in your life. And if you can do that, which I know you can, and you have help to do so, then I could say personally, you will likely be a lot happier as I am. I am much happier for maintaining a standard of people in my life. And this goes beyond trans people, but especially for trans people or anyone going through a transition and how their identity is recognized and how they recognize their own identity. Maintain not people, but a standard of the type of people that you want in your life, and you will find it a lot easier to be strong when the challenges occur. Alright, I wish you all the best. There will be links in the description to resources and support. And until the next TransGoogle, much love, take care.